What's up and welcome to What's Up with Lucas. Welcome to another episode of Gas or Pass Energy Drinks, a series where we rate energy drinks on a scale of 1 to 10 just based on the taste. And of course, we're going to talk a little bit about the ingredients and of course the flavors. But today we're talking about Grizzly Energy and we're going to get into it. Let's go. Like I said before, welcome to another episode of Gas or Pass Energy Drinks, where we rate energy drinks just based on the taste, and you guys are never gonna guess what's behind this, energy drinks. I mean, who could have guessed? Today we're talking about Grizzly Energy, and I put this in here because I think it's a really cool, like very subtle kind of branding thing that really makes a difference when you buy a case of energy drinks. So they have their tagline, Go Wild, on here, and not to mention the design on the 12-pack case is pretty dang cool. I like the branding of it. I like the logo, Grizzly Energy, it's pretty cool. It's kind of like wild and cool factor. I'm not gonna say any curse words, but I really like it. But today we're talking about Grizzly Energy and their 5 energy drinks they do have. Now they are associated with a bunch of different brands. So they have Beaver and Bear craft sodas, which we'll be doing a review on. And we might even throw it on Gas or Pass energy drinks as well, because they have a bunch of flavors there. Grizzly Energy, Grizzly supplements, and Iron Kingdom supplements. So they have a bunch of cool stuff. I definitely recommend checking out their other brands, and hopefully we'll be doing reviews on a couple of their other things as well. But today we're talking about Grizzly Energy, their 5 energy drink flavors. Now these are a little bit different into where they're available. We'll do the breakdown a little bit later in the video, but Quick Trip is where I've got most of these flavors. Some of these flavors aren't available in Quick Trip, but we're gonna break these down just based on the taste. Oh, and by the way, we have a really cool like koozie thing that we'll put on, obviously like while we're drinking throughout the day after this video. It has their tagline, Go Wild, Grizzly. I never really use these unless they're like really cool branded, and this one's definitely really cool branded, so of course we're gonna use it. But like I said, we have their 5 energy drinks here. No artificial colors, no artificial sweeteners, 10 calories for all these drinks, 160 milligrams of caffeine, which is a pretty good sweet spot for a 16-ounce can. I love myself a good 16-ounce can, as you guys know. Drink a lot of energy drinks. I'm hyped up right now, man. It's the morning, haven't had my energy drink yet, but like I said, love myself a good old 16-ounce can. Really enjoy the flavors and get into it. But like I said, 5 flavors, we're gonna get into it. So we're gonna start off first with their strawberry kiwi flavor. Now this one's pretty cool. It's got some cool branding on it. I like the strawberry and the kiwi jump on it. And of course, the grizzly bear on the front is pretty dang sick. Like I said, this is 10 calories, 160 milligrams of caffeine, and it has some really cool like branding on the can. I really like the design. Really quick, before I get into it, they are local to me. I'm now in Dallas, Texas. As you guys know, we changed to What's Up with Lucas because we're no longer in Jersey. And I was actually able to go to their warehouse. Super nice people, and had a great time chatting up about their supplements, their energy drinks, and all the cool stuff they got going on. So I always say it's about the people behind the brand, and I can tell you that there's some great people behind this brand, so that's another reason to buy this. And they're a smaller company. I mean, I wouldn't say that they're small, but they're definitely not like a big dog like Bucked Up or C4, any of those big other energy drink brands. So I love supporting smaller brands as I'm a smaller channel myself and just kind of showing that support and love. So I definitely recommend checking them out. Great people over there. We're gonna get back into it. I'm sorry guys, strawberry kiwi. Nice. We keep these nice and cold. I like to rate them when they're cold now. It just kind of like amplifies the flavor. And if you drink an energy drink warm, you're crazy, or you just don't have access to like a cold energy drink, which is understandable because I did that for years. I'm gonna take my sip. Cheers. Woo! Now that is sweet, but it's smooth and sweet. And the funny thing is when you have a kiwi flavor, sometimes that kiwi is really strong to where it's just a kiwi drink. But it's funny, you taste the strawberry and it tastes like a fresh strawberry. Not just like an artificial strawberry, it tastes like they went into the wild, like their branding Grizzly Go Wild, and picked the strawberry and combined it with the kiwi. I really like it. Like I said, there is 0 grams of sugar, 3 carbohydrates, 160 milligrams of caffeine, and it has a really good strawberry kiwi flavor. If you like strawberry and kiwi, you're definitely gonna like it. It's a very fresh, natural tasting one. Obviously, it's not as natural as just like eating a strawberry and a kiwi. Solid flavor. I'm gonna stop yapping. 7 out of 10, that's gas. I'm gonna take one more sip, sorry. It's just good, I'm sorry. All right, next we're gonna be moving on to their orange mango. Now this one's pretty cool. I like the design on this, and who doesn't love a good mango graphic? I make a lot of graphics as you guys see on my stories, and I absolutely love the mango graphics because they're pretty cool with them all cut up and all that. So it's cool to see it on this can as well. Like I said, 0 grams of sugar, 160 milligrams of caffeine, and I'm not gonna say that for every drink, I promise. That was a nice crack. Pause. I'm gonna take my sip, cheers. Ooh, so one thing you'll know about me is I'm not a huge fan of sparkling energy drinks, which is very different. It's like a sparkling water, but these are not sparkling energy drinks. That's an orange mango. Definitely taste the orange, definitely taste the mango. I really like the 50-50 like balance of flavors so far. One thing you know about me is I don't really like orange drinks unless they're in the morning, going along with some pancakes or something like that. Very like oriented when it comes to flavors. But so that's a good orange mango that I could see myself drinking in the morning. and it's a very fresh taste. But could I see myself drinking that multiple times throughout the day? Probably not. It's good. I don't want to say it's not gas because it's definitely gas. I would personally pass on it. If I was going to pick one of their lineup so far, this would probably not be the one I'd pick up. It's going to be a 6 out of 10. So it's still gas. I mean, I always say a 6 or a 5 typically on that scale means it's a good energy drink, but probably not up my taste alley. So for me, this is a 6 out of 10. It's still gas. So if you guys like orange mango, you're going to like it. It's very fresh. It tastes like orange juice, honestly, with that mango twist to it, but it's just not my thing. This flavor, we're going to save just because I'm like going back and forth, but I'm a big like bombsicle kind of guy. So we're going to hold on. This one is a really cool flavor to see. And I believe I've had this one before. It is their sour gummy bear. Now, gummy bears are a really cool flavor if you can do them right, because gummy bears sometimes do not taste like gummy bears and they have a very distinct kind of gelatin taste to them. And a sour gummy bear at that is definitely interesting to see. I'm going to take my sip after I crack it. That was a good one. All right, I'm going to take my sip. Cheers. Oh, it smells like a gummy bear. Ho, ho, ho. Man, that is good, man. I like that one. It is, so you get like, so gummies typically have like a covering on them of like sugar and malic acid. I think it's malic acid. I might be wrong, so don't quote me on that. But they have a coating on there to kind of give it the sweet and the sour taste. And funny enough, you do taste the sweet and sour on here, which is pretty cool. You taste the gummy kind of flavor, and I actually really like this one. Now this one I know is available in QT because this is the one I picked up. I like it. It's not too sour to where you're like puckering your lips and, you know, it's really making your mouth watery. Obviously, it is going to make your mouth a little watery because it is a sour flavor. But with that being said, I actually really like this. I could drink it. It's not as sour as some of those other sour energy drinks out there. It's a perfect balance between sour and sweet. I really like the balance of these drinks so far. I'm going to give that one an 8 out of 10. I think that's gas. I actually think that one's really good. And I'm going to be overly caffeinated today. That's good. All right, I feel like it's wrong to go from like here to here to here, but we're gonna do it anyways, guys. All right, so this is their Mountain Berry Lemonade. Now, this one I believe is exclusive, I wanna say to their website. I know this one's not at QT. I definitely have to double check on that, and we'll mention it later in the video, but this one's super cool. You have the berries, or the blueberries, raspberries, or not raspberries, blackberries, sorry. Blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, and the lemon. Like I said, it's a Mountain Berry Lemonade. So a combination of berries and lemonade. We're gonna try this out. Nice. All right, I'm gonna take my sip. Cheers. Ooh, okay, that's not what I was expecting. That's crazy, man. That's not what I was expecting. I was not expecting that flavor. I'm actually kind of blown away by that. Is it a good flavor? Yes. It's very, like, it is very natural, fruity tasting. When it comes to the lemon flavor, there's a difference between artificial lemonade and like natural tasting lemonade. Like you kind of like squeezed the lemons into it and made it like that way as opposed to like just a powder. What's a powder? Like a country time lemonade. But that one's more of a natural feeling, which I really like, especially with it being Grizzly Energy and their tagline being Go Wild. They're really embracing like the natural fresh taste to these flavors. Man, I am nerding out right now, but I actually really like that. That's a very fresh tasting fruit vibe. Definitely more of a blackberry flavor than a blueberry or a strawberry. You do get the blueberry. Let's try it again. You get a little bit of strawberry. Definitely an emphasis on the blackberry and the blueberry. And then the lemon hits you as like a freshly squeezed lemon, which I actually really like. I'm a big artificial like flavor kind of guy, but when it comes to lemonade, it's really cool to see the switch up here and there. I like that. That's pretty good. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 as well. That's gas. So definitely excited about that one. And that one's definitely solid. We're gonna try the last one. Last of their 5. And this one is going to be their Rocket Pop. Now I say bombsicle, or you know, there's so many different ways to say this flavor, but this is the Rocket Pop. We'll do like a little pullback like that. Yo, aesthetic. No, I'm just kidding. I really like the design on this. Who doesn't like a good bombsicle pop? But this one's called the Rocket Pop. They're the same flavor, different ways to say it. That one was weak. Bro, that literally smells like a melted Rocket Pop or bombsicle pop. That's actually crazy. I'm gonna take my sip. Cheers. Yep, that's it. I actually really like that one. And it's funny because so when I was a kid, I was big into sweets. I'm still into sweets. And the ice cream man used to come around all the time. And I used to get a plethora of things, but I always found myself getting a Rocket Pop on those hot days. As a kid, running down the driveway, trying to catch them. Oh, Dad, like, let me get my ice cream. And that literally tastes like the Rocket Pop I used to get as a kid. It's really nostalgic right now. And it tastes like a literal melted bombsicle pop at that and just kind of put into the can. It's not overly sweet. It's not overly sweet, doesn't taste artificial. It literally just tastes like it. Doesn't sound like doesn't taste like they pounded it with the flavor. They just kind of put it there so that you knew it was there and it tasted very authentic. That is authentic. I really like that. That is my favorite one by far. And I kind of knew it was going to be my favorite one. I love the flavor in general, but that is going to get a 10 out of 10. I think that is a damn good energy drink. I actually really like this. And maybe it's because it brings me back to when I was a kid. But that is freaking good, man. That is a 10 out of 10. That is gas. I need a case of these guys. They're so good. All right, so I know I should have wrote it down when they told me which one was exclusive where, and I thought I was gonna remember it, but I completely forgot to write it down on my notes. So I'm definitely gonna have to look a little bit further into that. But when it comes to the drinks, they are available at GNC, Quick Trip, Quick Check. I believe they're available at Popeyes, Pilot, and Murphy's. So they're pretty well spread out. I mean, there's definitely a way to find them. I go into my local Quick Trips all the time down here, and I find them consistently. Whether it's their craft soda or these energy drinks, I find them all the time. Overall, really solid brand. I really like these energy drinks. I'm gonna be throwing the Rocket Pop in the jacuzzi, and we'll be drinking that later because that is going to be my favorite and go-to of the 5 flavors. Although they are all solid, I don't think we got a single pass on these. The only one that was a little iffy was the orange mango, but that's because that's not really my flavor. But I really like the branding on the cans. Like I said, it's really cool to see like the mountain range behind it and kind of the woodsy theme. And then of course the grizzly bear on the front, and it does have a little bit of a textured logo. So that's super cool. Not really anything in here except for the caffeine. Like I said, 160 milligrams of caffeine. That's a pretty good amount of caffeine. I like to see that. That means you might be able to have multiple in a day. Although I'm not going to say anything on here because I'm not endorsing any kind of like caffeine intake, but I really like the flexibility on that. 10 calories, very low calories, 0 grams of sugar. That's perfect. No artificial colors or sweeteners. And it's made in a GMP certified facility, which is super cool. Like I said, you can find them a lot of places. Great people behind the brand, and definitely recommend checking them out. This was GastroPass energy drinks. Let us know if you want to see anything else, or if you guys want to see the craft soda version or their craft soda brand on GastroPass as well. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what your favorite flavor is or the ones that you've tried. Stay tuned. Let's go.